Welcome to the Adeptus Tactica. Today we are looking at whether you should be taking Custodian Guards or Custodian Wardens in your Adeptus Custodes lists. If you're building a 2,000 point Adeptus Custodes army and you're asking yourself whether to bring Custodian Guards, Custodian Wardens, or a mix of both, you're not alone. Both are elite infantry units that serve as the backbone of many Custodes lists, but they bring subtly different strengths to the table that can have a big impact in competitive play. Today we're diving deep into which of these two iconic units might better suit your army's game plan, with statline and baseline comparison. Let's begin with the raw numbers. Custodian Guards and Custodian Wardens share a lot in common. Both are infantry with movement 6 inches, toughness 6, 3 wounds, 3 attack space, a 2+ save, and a 4+ invulnerable save. That means both units are extremely resilient to both ranged fire and melee combat. The big statistical difference: Wardens get Feel No Pain 4+ once per game, and they have an additional rule that gives them -1 to be wounded if the enemy's strength is higher than their toughness. These two rules push Wardens ahead when it comes to tanking high-strength threats. Custodian Guards, on the other hand, bring slightly more flexibility in weapon loadouts. Guardian Spears for balanced range melee, or Sentinel Blades and Shields for a melee focus, with +1 to armor saves. Plus, their battle line, which matters a lot more than it used to. As weapons and output, Guardian Spears are available to both units, and their profile is solid. 24-inch Assault 2, S4, AP1, D2 at range, and 5 melee attacks at S7, AP2, D2. But what sets Wardens apart is their synergy with melee-focused Shield Host detachments, like Shield Host or Auric Champions. Their melee attacks benefit more from critical hit generation and AP stacking stratagems, especially under the effects of Martial Kata. Custodian Guards with spear loadouts still do respectable melee damage, and when supported by characters like Trajan Valoris or a Blade Champion, they can delete mid-level threats. When it comes to Sentinel Blades and Shields, Guards trade range defense for better durability. 1+ armor in cover is nothing to scoff at, but this comes at the cost of losing some AP in melee and reducing their overall damage output. Role in the army, objective play and board control. Custodian Guards have one big advantage over Wardens: their battle line, which means they can score certain secondaries and benefit from battle line only stratagems like Vigil Unending or objective sticking rules in Talons of the Emperor detachment. Their flexibility lets them hold backfield objectives, act as screening units, or form the core of a midfield push. They're also an excellent pairing with Kyria Draxus or Acadia Assassin, offering ranged shooting utility or secondary scoring potential. Wardens, however, excel when you're looking to push forward, bully the midboard, and not die. Their survivability makes them amazing anchor units for primary objectives. Against high damage melee threats or indirect fire, their -1 to wound and once per game 4, plus Feel No Pain, can make them frustrating to remove, often requiring more resources than your opponent wants to commit. If you're looking to dominate primary scoring through board presence, Wardens are your unit. The stratagem, synergies and detachment bonuses. In the Shield Host detachment, the stratagems significantly reward melee-focused units. Arcane Genetic Alchemy grants a 4+ Feel No Pain against mortal wounds for 1 command point. Unwavering Sentinels gives -1 to hit in melee while on an objective. Multi-potentiality allows fallback, shoot and charge, great for maintaining combat pressure. Both Guards and Wardens benefit from these, but Wardens synergize more strongly due to their melee focus and inherent durability. If you're running Talons of the Emperor, which supports Sisters of Silence, then Custodian Guards often shine a bit more. They can act as the glue between elite Custodes units and cheaper Sisters units, filling roles efficiently. Points efficiency. Let's talk points. As of the latest data slate, Custodian Guards are 40 points per model. Wardens are 45 points per model. That makes Wardens 25% more expensive than Guards for a relatively small boost in damage and durability. In a vacuum, that might seem inefficient, but consider this. One Warden unit with a Blade Champion can hold the line against a shocking amount of firepower. Custodian Guards with shields can be a cheap and durable home objective unit, so the better question is not which is more efficient per point, but which better enables your overall list strategy. Unit leaders and characters. Blade champions pair well with both units, but their melee prowess is better matched with wardens. A blade champion leading a 5-man warden squad becomes an elite hammer unit that can trade up reliably against elite infantry or mid-tier monsters. Shield captains, on foot or jet bike, tend to synergize more with Custodian Guards, especially if you're using them as a utility unit. The shield captain can provide a CP regen aura, reroll support, or targeted damage where needed. Trajan Valoris is good with either, but again, his full potential comes out when stacked with wardens. His moment shackle ability and aura buffs give wardens a strong foothold in critical turns. Deep strike, transports and movement. Neither wardens nor guards are fast, but both are infantry, and that means they can benefit from teleportation or embark in a land raider. If you plan to deep strike one unit to threaten a flank, or force your opponent to screen their backfield, Custodian Guards with spears are ideal. Their ranged threat gives you flexibility when they drop in. Wardens are more often marched up the board. In competitive play, it's not uncommon to see them advancing from cover to cover, backed up by characters and sister support. Because they're so durable, you don't need to deep strike them. They want to be on the board soaking up damage. Common competitive builds. Currently, top Custodes players are often running lists with 2 to 3 warden units as their primary melee blocks. These are usually supported by a couple of smaller Custodian Guard squads, one with shields for home objective holding and one with spears for secondary support or deep strike flexibility. One popular competitive structure looks like this: 3x5 wardens with 1 or 2 blade champions, 2x3 or 1x5 Custodian Guard with spears or a single shield, supporting Sisters of Silence units for secondary play, 1 or 2 characters, Trajan, blade champion or shield captain. This approach gives you a durable core to control primaries, while your guards help pick up secondaries, hold backfield, or offer utility where needed. So, which should you take? Take Custodian Guards if you need cheap, flexible infantry to score secondaries, hold home objectives, or support deep strike and shooting. Take Custodian Wardens if you want to dominate the midfield, create an impenetrable wall, and bully your opponent off objectives. Take both if you want a flexible list that can handle all phases of the game. Guards support, Wardens dominate. Ultimately, they are complementary tools. You don't have to choose one over the other entirely. The best Custodes lists in the game right now use both effectively, understanding the specific role each one plays in their broader strategy. So, to sum all this up, in Warhammer, 40k's competitive 2000 point format, Custodian Guards and Custodian Wardens are not just interchangeable golden warriors, they are specialists. Guards provide efficiency and flexibility. Wardens offer unmatched board control and durability. If you're serious about winning games with Adeptus Custodes, you should learn how to deploy both units to maximum effect. Build your list with a clear plan for primaries, secondaries, and survivability, and these golden giants will carry you far. If you're looking to get more insider knowledge from the Adeptus Tactica, then consider subscribing to the chapter. Good day, and may the Emperor protect.